A lot of people ask, what are the biggest challenges when it comes to hiring offshore talent, from the Philippines in particular? One of the biggest things at the beginning is expectations. People just have the wrong expectations. They just assume that somebody from halfway around the world working online will all of a sudden, once you train them, be able to produce performance and productivity standards to what you expect that you want done. That doesn't happen that way. They have unrealistic expectations to begin with from a client point of view. The other thing that happens often when it comes to these challenges is they always underestimate the capacities of the Filipino people. They assume that they can only do basic things or admin tasks or call center stuff. They're a lot more diverse. There's 105 million people. Many of them are educated. Many of them can speak great English. Many of them have a demographics that is a vibrant young demographic. 24, 25 is the average age. So they're hungry, aspiring people. And so they're a lot more versatile than we like to give them credit for. And it really all comes down to us as leaders at the end of the day. Because you've got to understand, offshoring and the remote working landscape has been around for over a decade now, maybe two. A lot of businesses are succeeding using offshore talent. So it's not a question of whether it works, it's a question of whether can you make it work. Has your leadership style and management style adjusted enough to be able to grow the people you put on your team? Can you help them succeed in the roles that you put them in? So if you can find the right talent with the right motivation and the right skill sets, can your business be equipped to really help them succeed in the role that you gave them? That's really more the question you have to ask yourself. But of course it works. And of course you can establish trust, and of course you can establish fruitful relationships that can last over a decade. We've got dozens and dozens of relationships that have been hired way in 2009 and 10 that are still around today with the same employer and the same staff member. So they're an integrated team member. These things do happen. You can count on the offshore talent just as much as you can count on your local talent. So yeah, a lot of it is perception and a lot of it is the wrong expectations. That's why a lot of people are hesitant, and also because they haven't really tried it before, and they haven't maybe adjusted their management style in the remote settings to manage remotely people. Thanks to COVID, a lot of employers around the world have been forced to adopt remote working practices. And there's plenty of advice and solutions out there. There's better technology than ever before in managing people remotely. There's better technology than ever before in collaborating remotely, communicating remotely. So it's much more viable now to make offshore staffing a solution for your business. Because you have to question one thing. If you're paying $50,000, $60,000 a year for, say, a basic administrator in your role, in your business, you have to ask yourself, okay, fine, but as a business owner, we're responsible for the cash flow and the earnings of the business. There's offshore talent that can do the job for $25,000 just as effectively. So if we are, as a business, affected by globalization, why can't we as businesses also benefit from globalization? So we have to think a little bit more broader sometimes. And these people that we've got on our team, we have to utilize them for much more strategic roles. Because now we have to weigh up the equation in terms of our strategies, and I'm referring to our staffing strategies when hiring. It's no more just about local. Now it's national and international landscapes that we have to consider when hiring people.